We made a mistake on the show today. We forgot that Jimmy Pardo is the pretty much the ultimate player of what we like to call air bass.
I do. I just bought my Kiss air bass strings.
Did you?
There it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, look at it.
There we go.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, yeah! It's kind of visual, certainly.
Hey, hey, what the matter with the gay? Oh, that song, Josh. Oh, hey, what
Sounds like you're having some kind of a
what's up?
some kind of a mental break.
I played it like Stanley Clark. I play it like Jocko.
Oh, yeah.
I play it like
it's much more of a jazz. No, I'm not mocking you. I just was surprised.
Up high like a gentleman.
Yeah.
You're down here. You're Jack Blades and Night Ranger. Pass. Up here like a gentleman.
Yes, there you go.
Like a gentleman.
Hard pass.
Like a gentleman.
Jack Blades, don't be.
Jack Blades is a good
Nice
bassist
guy.
who needs to raise his bass.
Really nice
he
guy.
plays it around his knees
That's
like a...
true.
Dee Dee played it way down low too.
Who did?
Dee Dee Ramone.
Right, Pat. They really?
look.
Do we talk about their bass play, the Ramones?
So look.
No, no one does.
Does everybody go, oh, you like the Ramones? Oh, they're bassist. Never. Bring it up. Get that slap going.
Never happens.
Would you like a different song? We could dig something else up for you.
Do you have a favorite bass song?
Well, that's it. That's
When
my
you're
favorite.
doing air bass
Red
on stage at
Red
karaoke bass night,
It's always this that I bring the house down. Nobody's
Okay.
expecting to hear Redbone.
No.
This all started on your show. Remember what Redbone had...
It was Guardians of the Galaxy
Sure.
that song really came back in.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
we were doing it on this show years before that,
That's
and I will
true.
not stand for Chris
Pratt.
to get more credit with his firm thighs and gorgeous face.
it is a good song, though.
It's a great song.
Oh, yeah.
Remember why
Great
they
song.
came up? That there was a fake Redbone band going around claiming to be Redbone, and then Redbone had to issue a press release saying that's not us. It's like, why is somebody ripping off Redbone?
Well, because no one knows who they are, so they can get away with
Get
it.
away with it.
Never heard of him. Yeah.
I mean, that's what they're doing with Foreigner. How many of those guys can you pick?
I saw Foreigner at the Hollywood Bowl.
I don't think anyone would know anyone in that band except for the lead singer who's not going out with them.
Lou
Well, that's
Graham?
like, but
Yeah.
Kelly Hansen's the lead singer now. I went to see him at the Hollywood Bowl, and I want you to guess how many original members of Foreigner were on that stage.
One.
Zero.
Zero.
They were literally
money?
foreigners to the band.
Yes, they were literally
So who
they were
makes
a
the
cover
money,
band
Tom?
at the Hollywood Bowl.
How
They
can
were
they
in
do
the cover
that?
band.
Who's the guy that runs the band?
Who's the? It's
Lou Graham, Mick
No,
Jones.
Mick Jones.
Mick Jones
Mick
was
Jones
sick.
is the guy from the band.
So Mick
He
Jones.
was
It's
sick.
He
the
owns
one
everything.
guy that's usually in the band, but Mick Jones was sick that night, so they had this guy who tours along with them just in case Mick gets sick. And apparently I'm Nipsey Russell. And hello.
Powell!
Mick gets sick. The other guitarist has to do the licks.
So it's sort of like seeing one of those Beatle cover bands.
Yeah,
Yeah. Wow.
but it's Foreigner.
But they sell it as Foreigner, and you pay the price like it's a Foreigner.
Yes.
But I mean,
Yeah.
they've had like 400 guys in the band, right?
Yeah, there's
they're kind
and
of
Chicago's
they're kind
getting
of
close to that
faceless.
too, where they have there's just 3 original members now in Chicago, and but they're all great. By the way, Chicago's better than ever, so I'm not putting them down. It's just it's not the original guys.
Our
That's
art
right.
director,
So,
huge.
Did Redbone? Are they still out there?
I think the originals came back. They said, "Hey, we gotta
Yeah, I
ride
think
this
they
wave
are
of
still
pub."
out there.
That happened to Fleetwood Mac just before they really blew up. There was a different Fleetwood Mac out there without Mick Fleetwood.
Wait a
and
minute, back
John
during
McVie.
like 77?
Yeah,
Really?
Just before, there were 2 of them out there, and they had to
I
get a
didn't know
lawyer and
Not
go
the
after.
bluesy one, but
Peter Green's.
Yeah, not the Peter.
Bob
yeah,
Welch.
There was.
Oh, Bob Welch.
There were
Oh,
2
Sentimental
others
Lady.
at the same time. That'd be kind of a cool reality
Bob
show.
Welch always sang through his nose.
what was your first favorite song ever?
Oh, that's a great question.
And I can
I know
I'll start
mine.
mine by Rockford Files. Believe it or not, it was the first
theme?
single I
It's a
ever
great song.
bought. The 45.
What?
My first.
I know. No words.
That's the organ one.
Nick?
Yeah.
Nick, I love you. Don't tell that to anyone else. Okay?
I just told it to millions.
Mine was Black and White by Three Dog Night. That was my first 45.
Mine was the Three Dog Night.
really?
Mama told me not to come.
Not a Tom.
That organ, man.
Open up the window, let some air into this room.
Not to get the room a little bit hipper, but as I like to do.
Your first
For my
45?
first song. This is the first song I ever bought. I bought it at. I bought it. At,
No.
I bought it. I bought it at Woolworths at the Van Aken Center, and
I like this song.
here it is.
Sugar, sugar by the Archies.
Not yet. Not yet.
Sorry.
Here we go. Ready?
Funniest song I ever heard.
I don't know the words.
And you can't understand a single word.
Now,
My first single I ever purchased,
Yeah.
the
What do
Archie
you like?
Sugar Sugar.
Oh,
suck.
But I had a whole bunch
hate.
of 45s. It wasn't fair because the guy across the street from me was a morning DJ, so he would give me all the 45s. But the first one I purchased, so I had a lot of music early
Now,
on.
I had an interesting story. I met someone this summer. I was at an event, and we got talking, and we both had kids. We were talking about our children's names, and they have a son named Rivington. And I said, did you name him after the band that did Papa Uma Mau?
Is that who does this song?
And they said, sir, please leave us alone.
I've never heard of that song.
And they had not heard of the band.
What? They had it?
They hadn't heard
How
of it.
dare they?
That's weird.
So what was your first grown-up album? I remember the very first grown-up album I bought.
ahead.
Deep Purple Machine Head. That was
great
the
album.
Mine
turning
was
point for
Bon
me.
Jovi, Slippery When Wet.
Oh, you're a
Yeah,
child.
you are a
good
child.
heavens.
Mine was Styx Grand Illusion.
That's a good one. Yeah,
Mine was the
Sorry.
Cars' first album.
that's a good one.
Steppenwolf Greatest Hits.
Boy, was that the 45? That joke's never funny.
The Pusher Man.
I hate when people make that joke. Oh, what's that one song?
I
Put
like
a gun
that
in your
joke.
mouth. I swear to
I shoot him if he runs. The Pusher Man.
The album I ever bought was The Doors.
Very nice.
great album. Boy, you love or hate the Doors, huh? I mean, it's like
That's
He
not,
loves
you're not
them.
kidding.
I love them,
People
but if you
either love
people
or
hate
Yeah.
them,
Chick, you want to step in here?
What? Who? What? I wasn't
The
paying
Doors?
attention.
the Doors, you got thoughts?
I have
LA
never
Woman.
liked the Doors.
Not
I
yet.
don't think Jim Morris can sing. I'm trying to sing.
Tom loves the Doors.
It's lost
That was
on
your
me.
Bob Welch impression.
I like the
But I
fact
did.
that
Sentimental Lady?
I like the fact that you can be so wrong and really have a lot of confidence.
No, you know what? I'm not wrong or right. That's my opinion, and I'm okay if I never hear another Doors song again.
Music
That's
is
my
like
opinion.
comedy. Everybody has a personal style, and
That's right.
Okay, I guess.
not everybody appeals to everybody.
The Rivingtons.
That opening to Riders on the Storm, that does nothing for you, chick?
Nope, nothing.
Really?
I love People Are Strange.
Me too.
Me too.
Yeah, people are strange.
Okay, well, wait a minute. I kind of like the music to Peace Frog. That's okay, but other than that.
What about LA Woman?
LA
Then he-
Woman, that's
Then he comes
terrific.
in and urinates on the.
Urinates on it. Is it Roadhouse Blues?
Great song.
I love that song.
Yeah, you know,
But that's
I'm way
LA
off.
Woman.
I'm way
That's
off
not
on
Roadhouse
all
Blues.
my
How about the end? How's the end sound, chick?
So at the beginning of Apocalypse
Great
Now,
rock
do you
and
put it
roll
on
bands.
mute?
Yeah.
So you don't hear this is the
The
end.
end.
That's the end.
Great song. Okay, I'm not going to argue with it. Was it? They just
No, there's
celebrated
no
what?
argument. Tom, there's no argument. It's my
They
opinion.
just celebrated what? Was it the 40th anniversary of the release of the Doors album? Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Very nice, very nice. In case you're wondering more about the Rivingtons,
Not really.
No, not one person
No
in this
one
room is
cares
interested.
about them but you.
People are getting out of their cars. They're that disinterested.
And their cars are still running on the highway.
they're jumping off the bridge.
They're jumping
They're setting their hair on
Cut
fire and then
out.
combing it out.
anything but to hear more about the Rivingtons.
Now, can
I
you
want to
do-
hear about the kid more than the band.
Can you do the air bass to the Rivingtons?
I don't know. I've never tried.
No,
I've never-
no.
I know he can. I know he can do it.
I don't think there's any bass in
There it is. There you go. Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. Little run there. Now, hey, if you're doing air bass,
Man, does that suck.
this is a little bit obscure.
You're talking about the song.
The song. You are amazing.
Here's something
Thank you.
obscure. One of you may get this. You mentioned the song Roadhouse Blues. It's on the album Morse. No, that's
LA Woman.
That's LA Woman.
Whatever.
So if look, your invalid criticism would be slightly better if you were
It's not
even
a
close
criticism. It's
to
not
the
a
album.
criticism. I don't
To get back
like
to my
the
question,
Doors.
The Doors
You'll never
famously
hear me.
and sadly never had an official bass player. But that's, by the way, the reason LA Woman is so good is they actually had a bass player and a rhythm guitarist.
Can you name the
when
bassist
they
on that
did this.
song, sir? If you can, I'll give you
Yes.
all the money in my pocket.
On Roadhouse Blues?
Yes.
Yeah, it's Lonnie Mack, the famous guitarist who had never played a bass guitar in his life.
I should tell you this. That's not the answer I was looking for. So I will not give you the money.
Sorry.
I may,
Sorry, Tom.
I may not hold up to my end of the bargain.
That's the correct answer.
Yes, I was going with the touring band.
Jerry Sheff
I was looking for Jerry
and
Sheff.
Doug Lubon played the occasional bass on Doors albums,
Okay.
but it was Lonnie Mack. And damn it, the reason the bass is so
Why'd
cool
you
on
say
this is because Lonnie Mack had never played a bass guitar.
I didn't know that.
you know who's playing harmonica?
I'm going to go with Jerry Sheff again. I'm
No.
going to insist
I
Jerry
would have
Sheff for
guessed
every.
Jim.
No.
Bob Dylan.
Nope.
Give us the initials. I know that you hate that game.
JS.
JS. I got to go with Jerry Sheff.
No.
John Schneider from the Dukes of Hazzard.
Oh, that's
Close.
a great guess.
Very close.
That's a great
Jerry
guess.
Seinfeld.
It's
Seinfeld's another great guess.
Jerry Seinfeld.
Jessica Simpson. The,
originally uncredited. It's the great John Sebastian who's been a guest on this show.
Yes.
We welcome him back, don't we, Chick?
The pinnacle of mediocrity, John Sebastian.
Oh, my God.
Are you out of your mind?
No, it's my opinion. I have my opinion.
And I'm so glad you can be confident and be this wrong at the same time.
There's no right or wrong.
You
It's
don't
my-
like
Yes,
that
there is.
Love and Spoonful tune?
Nope.
Hot Town Summer in the City?
Back
Yeah,
of your
yeah.
neck. Dirt, grit.
Hot down,
Hot
somebody in
down.
the city.
Now, I will admit, when I hear the song Welcome Back, Cotter,
Oh!
then
like this song.
No, I love it.
hate,
I like it.
hate,
I have it on a CD called Suddenly 70s, and it's terrific.
hate Welcome Back.
Barely singing, blah, blah, blah.
Good tune.
We, by the way, John Sebastian's name came up at a poker game one night, and it ruined the game.
Much like this
because
show.
Some people thought that he had died, and then it was before the internet, and we had to then leave the game and somehow go to a late night bookstore and find out if John Sebastian. Like it was a big argument because money was on the line. My father was in visiting. He insisted he was alive. Comedian Chip Chinnery insisted he was dead. My dad and Chip Chinnery are betting hundreds of dollars over if John Sebastian was
won?
alive. Oh, he's alive.
He's alive.
Well,
He's
just
still alive.
My dad
asking.
won.
I didn't know.
Supremely gifted guy. He's great. But he's playing the harmonica on that Doors song.
Wow.
It's kind of an obscure trivia fact. And for the rest of us that enjoy the Doors, unlike Chick,
Okay, who enjoys the Doors in the studio? Everybody but me?
I do like the Doors.
Some
yes.
songs, yeah.
I'm not a big
Christy,
fan.
you don't like the leather
I don't
pants?
dislike them, but I've never.
You're indifferent?
I didn't own a Doors album growing up. I can
Well,
tell
you
that.
were too busy with Sugar.
No, that was when I was
That's a
younger.
good song, too.
That was a
blows.
45.
That
I told you I
stinks.
grew up
Fun
in
song.
75 or 6 and bought Deep Purple Machine Head whenever that came
If you
out.
look up mediocrity in the
Deep
dictionary,
Purple
there's a
in
picture.
the,
Look at
in the
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yes.
They are.
The Archies?
No,
No,
the
Deep Purple.
Deep
Didn't they
Purple
just go
They
in
just did last year.
Last year.
Which I was at, by the way. I loved it. Went to the
Oh,
Rock and Roll
were
Hall of
you
Fame
really?
show. Yeah, I got to cover it for the AV Club.
Cool.
Oh, cool.
And we're hanging out backstage.
Who'd you
with,
meet?
Chicago and Deep Purple and Steve Miller went past with
Cheap
Full of
Trick?
Anger. Cheap Trick was there. Yeah, it was great.
Did you get to
Cheap Trick,
interview
they're
them?
Illinois
We interviewed
boys.
everybody. We interviewed all of them, and my buddy Pat Francis and I, and then reported back for the AV Club. And it's amazing. You go to that, and everybody there it's all these rock and roll reporters that are joyless. They had no fun, and Pat and I are running around like idiots and talking to the band, and they couldn't believe 2 people cared, and so they're all giving great answers, and it was fun.
Did you talk to Steve Miller?
We talked to Steve very briefly.
He was in a bad mood.
He had no
Yeah,
interest.
What?
He's been on our show. He was great when he was here.
Steve was in a bad mood?
The Black Keys didn't. They rewrote history, their version of what happened backstage. They
Gotcha.
started all the problems, and
Did they really?
yeah, they were not pleasant men and had no business being there.
Huh.
And I'll stand by that.
All right.
Okay, good to know. Good to know. We were talking about Lonnie Mack, the great guitarist, who famously picked up a bass for the first time and played that. He sadly died a while back, and I can remember one of the things he said, referring to the contemporary music scene. He said, the only thing that I ever sampled was my mama's cooking. They actually played their instruments, probably foreign to you.
Crabby old man who hates technology. Yes.
Is Cheap Trick from Rockford?
Rockford, Illinois. Yes,
Rockford,
sir.
Illinois. I lost Cheap Trick in a divorce. Did I ever tell you that?
Hot town, summer in the city. Back of my neck getting dirty and gritty.
You don't like that? No?
I like that song.
Pass.
Chick was wincing.
Pass.
That's a good song.
It's a great
Chick
song.
McGee.
How about this one, Chick? You like this one, don't you?
Yeah, like this. Look at this. What if I
Come on.
The only thing about this is Jimmy's air bass. He's being
Are you going to participate? Come on, you can't help it. See?
Come on, Nick. What the matter with your head?
We should do a. We
They're
should do a,
American Indians, these guys.
we should do a
First
compilation
Native
of.
American Indian with a #1 hit.
We should do a compilation of things that was less than mildly racist. We should do a compilation of incomprehensible lyrics.
No, because we'd be here all day.
Because those are
Louie would be.
those
on
are
there.
incomprehensible.
These are.
The only reason I know
Put that
him is
one in
because
there.
we looked him up the
We
last
looked him
time
up.
you were
You,
here.
you don't understand the lyrics to L.A. Woman?
I don't
LA
care.
Woman. That's a.
She was in a Hollywood bungalow. Do you know what a bungalow is?
Well, of course he knows what a bungalow is.
What's a
I'm not
bungalow?
clear on words. I'm
What's a
sorry.
bungalow? Smart guy.
You mean like the BJ bungalow?
What is a bungalow?
Real conversation.
What type of home is a bungalow?
What is a
I don't know.
And can I get the address to the BJ bungalow, please?
Well, you know, the third of them boys is at the BJ bungalow.
I think a bungalow. It's like a house where the upstairs is like the roof is the ceiling.
Well, that's
What?
Yeah, like it's 2 stories. Is it
Hang
a,
on.
oftentimes roofs.
It's a 2.
Here is
In other words,
here's
it's like
the official definition.
a 2.
Okay.
Let me finish. It's a 2-story with a dormer, where that upstairs room is the ceiling is the roof, right?
Is it an attic? Or is it
But
just
it's a 2-story.
This is one of those things where don't even try.
I thought
to
a
say
bungalow was just a 2-bedroom,
That's
1-bath,
correct, Tom.
small little house.
Here's the Webster's definition.
It has bung in it.
Oh my God!
Holy cow.
That's true.
When you know what you call it.
Bungalow is
when
Latin.
you dig the basement.
It means house of bung. That's right. A one-story.
By the way, I saw House of Bung open for the door.
Oh boy, that was a show. That was a tour. That was a tour.
Those guys, until they lost Eric,
Yeah.
they were good.
A one-storied house with a low-pitched roof. Also, a house having 1.5 stories and usually a front porch. That's the definition.
Yeah.
Oh, that would mean I'm right.
Yes, Tom, you're right.
Well,
I
mean,
guess.
that's not
Would
how
it?
you
It
really
doesn't sound like
describe it.
anything you
That
described.
doesn't sound like anything he
A
said.
bungalow, I
Doesn't
think.
sound like anything he
No,
said.
Doesn't.
it's a house in which the upstairs
Well, I just read you the
Has a-
definition, of course.
has a dormer kind of thing, and the roof, the room, when you get in that room, the ceiling is shaped sloped because I think that's what a bungalow
Perhaps
is.
with Tom's insanity that is rising right now, maybe we should go behind the scenes and tell you that Jeff Vibbert, a gentleman who works for us, runs our camera, writes some comedy every now and then.
He's not allowed here today.
Jeff Vibbert is not sick. There's nothing wrong with Jeff Vibbert. He got some bad tacos about 3 days ago. But Tom is
In
convinced that he got norovirus
Oh, my God.
and will not let Jeff Vibbert
Come back.
into the building because he's convinced that Jeff has some sort of unbelievably horrible communicable disease. Am I right on all this, Tom?
Except for the part that he doesn't have norovirus, I think.
But
He
he does
doesn't
have
have it.
He does have it,
He had
according to
food
you.
poisoning.
The absolute symptoms that he have are
He
that.
had food poisoning. The same symptoms are the same symptoms for food poisoning.
I also think Jeff was exaggerating a bit. He's a bit of a drama
He just
queen.
wanted the day off?
No, he didn't want the day off. I guarantee he hated having the day off. He feels like he may not ever come back if he has a day off.
I just don't want him to come here and give everyone norovirus. There's a huge epidemic
Well,
right
he
now.
can't because that's not what he has. But there's no convincing you that he doesn't.
He has
have
all
it.
the symptoms.
There you go.
Better safe than sorry, huh?
Wow, somebody wants their job.
Josh Arnold,
His
kiss ass. That's what that was.
No kidding. Well, better safe than sorry. Tom's right on this one, guys.
Five-star depiction.
I am not a kiss ass. Sir, did you have more before we...
I want to ask a trivia question since we're doing this. I'm having some fun here. I want to point out that Nick Griffin is live
We're
at,
having some fun here.
at Crackers. We've been talking about a lot of obscure references on today's show. I want to say Nick's at Crackers in Broadwell, great stand-up comedian, and the great Jimmy Pardo, live and in person, making a rare Midwestern appearance.
My pleasure.
At the Comedy Attic in Bloomington, a must-see show. Now, do you know what Jimmy Pardo? What is Retsin?
I know Sertz has it.
Yes. There you go.
Lost chick.
I'm not 100% sure I know what Retsin is. I just know I've
I
been
think it's
hearing
fake.
about it my
I think the
entire
Sertz
life.
people made it up, but
It's a copper
There
alloy.
contains a
golden
That
drop
makes
of
us fun.
Retsin.
Can you imagine what
The
he would
miracle
do
breath
if
purifier.
I insist on mentioning certs every day?
Serts
and asking
contains a
people
golden drop
what
of
Retsin
Retsin.
is.
Why are you so enamored with Retsin?
because I like the fact that I like
made up a thing?
I like
Honest
the
question.
fact that Madison Avenue can make stuff up, and you're if it's got Retsin, it's got to be good.
Sure.
They do that with everything.
Oh, I know. It's like we of course had to
That's called advertising.
we had to invade Albania because they have the only Retsin resource in the world. They mine it there.
Yeah.
And, they were leaning toward the commies. So
What's
we
the thing
went-
that Ricola claims to have? It's some bizarre German or Swedish name.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the Retsin of Ricola.
They have the stupid. They have the horn thing, right?
Ricola. Yeah.
But see, those things actually work. Those
Gunterkraft or something. It's something like that.
That sounds like a porno movie.
Gunterkraft?
Gunter.
What?
Oh, Gunter.
What about that sounds like a porn movie?
What are the words?
Gunter. Oh, I smell your Gunter craft.
Bungalow sounds more like a porn.
Well, good Gunter in the bungalow.
Yeah, well,
that's something. You know what you're going to get with that one.
They're on mornings here now, aren't they?
Yeah, and
Gunter in the bungalow.
Yeah. The bungalow?
Gunter at the bungalow. That's then that begins with a
DJ Bungalow.
Jim Morrison song.
It's like Martinizing. Remember with dry cleaning?
Yes, Martinizing.
for a
Isn't
while?
that like a technical?
Is it? To me,
patented-
it was the Retson of.
I think it's. I think
dry
that's an
cleaning.
actual patented method of dry cleaning.
Well, why'd it go away then?
We've covered a lot of ground. It's still.